Barnes-Arico well versed in this rivalry. Even Coach Barnes-Arico reminding us today about how she was told when she first took the job, do not wear red. She eliminated it from her closet, everything she had from St. John's. She remembers just as much as that first day.
Absolutely, and she said she had to get rid of some green things as well because of Michigan State. But here we are.
Yeah, while you're at it, might as well. Off a curl, it's Taylor Fury.
See Michigan starting out kind of a match-up defense. They've been working on a lot of different things schematically on the defensive side. It looks like man-to-man. Some of the rules are as such. They switch 1 to 4, but they bump nicely and cover gaps. You have to make reads, utilize ball fakes, or they're going the other way like this.
Celeste Taylor, last year's ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
But Michigan in the quarter court, they're tough. That's a tough code to crack.
Jordan Hobbs lighting it up from three, getting it out to Fury, who misses everything, and Michigan will now push the ball.
Well, Fury shoots 46% from three, so that's not a shot that they were giving her. She just overshot it. I mean, this is a big rivalry game. It's going to take some time to settle into it.
Elissa Brett, new to this team from the Mid-American Conference. Her last 4 years. Lauren Hansen shows I can go off
for the Wolverines from the perimeter.
Cody McMahon misfires from three once more. She's 0 for 2 as she looks to expand that part of her game. Hobbs works her way inside. A beautiful finish.
And Ricky Harris, another piece of the puzzle for Ohio State that brings energy. Wow. You just have to stay on your toes if you're Michigan in terms of what you're going to see defensively in the full court from the Buckeyes.
Phelia rejects the screen, gets the submit.
She was recognized prior to the game for that feat, and as a junior, she has a wealth of knowledge. She has been poured into, and now she said it's her turn to pour into her teammates.
Beautiful offense.
They just mishandled that one, but they're going to be looking to push it.
Greta Kampschrader, 40+% three-point shooter, new into the game. Here is Brett, who is lethal. Very pushed away from the basket, under 10 to shoot for the Buckeyes. Harris this time getting some space. She can't knock down the mid-range. It's been a tough shoot. Kampschrader has it taken away, and Fury gets a three. That length that she has along with that speed.
Yeah, we used to press when I was in college and I was up there, and that was a lot. But they've got to do their job down here as well. And try to take away, especially the threes for Michigan early on.
Cameron Williams making her first appearance just late in the first quarter. Tries to set a screen and free up Hobbs, but she's too... It should be a turnover with a less experienced player. To the rim, flying through is Fury in a flirt. He's able to face off against her. Has another daughter, Kieran, after she just had one. Going from 13 points per game.
On the entry pass.
Now 5 to shoot for Hansen. Now in the hands of Hobbs. Hearing the countdown to step back is blocked.
Listen, Celeste Taylor said, I am right here. You did not shake me. The shot clock is going down to 1 second, and wow, all ball. What a phenomenal block. Just perfect timing on that, getting it up top.
Last year, 6th in the nation in defensive win share, something that puts her in the realm of post players and accumulating those kind of numbers.
She's active, and you don't see blocks like that on jump shots from the outside very often. That was smooth.
Fury puts it on the deck again, sneaking under the defense for an easy 2.
Ohio State finding some traction now, but they've been able to get the defensive stops to get themselves back into it.
An offensive foul. Taylor loses it, a chance for Brett, and just misses. We head to the second quarter, a 1-point game. The Buckeyes ending it on a 7-0 run. Playing with Cody McMahon limited to just 4 minutes in that first quarter. Due to foul trouble, back-to-back offensive fouls, she remains on the bench. J.C. Sheldon with the ball right now, just 0 for 1. One of the top scorers in the Big Ten, nearly 20 points per game.
When you're talking about Michigan, they're playing efficiently, even though they've been turning the ball over. They're 5 made shots on 5 assists, which is manufactured.
able to bottle her up is Phelia sweeping through the lane. Cannot get it to fall. Elise stuck. Keeps it alive. Finds Hansen for three. Here's Fury looking up ahead. An advantage for the Buckeyes. What a pass and the finish. The drive and kick to Evans. Shot clock winding down. 2 seconds left. Phelia has to throw it up. And Taylor Williams not able to wrangle it in. Back to...
They want to get into the painted area, but they have to relocate when the ball gets into it.
That was the next step Ohio State wanted to take, was not just being a full-court defensive team, but in the half-court as well. And it looks strong. Here's Taylor, the mid-range J.
Recipient of a great pass by Mikola in the mid-range, knocking in that easy, uncontested shot.
Evans has to put it on the floor. Knocked out by Hansen. And she just skips it over, and that is a turnover.
Without travel.
6 turnovers on each side. And there's 7 for Ohio State. Hansen goes up with it and misses the layup. Williams, though, running the floor. We'll shoot this one. Taylor Williams. Great offensive rebounder. Another player like Brett coming
with just under 6 rebounds per game. So another player who's active.
She puts it on the floor and like a train to the rim, but cannot get it to fall.
She displays with so much speed and explosion on that first step.
Evans has that knocked away by Taylor. Again, she misses. That's Taylor making an impact in the paint this time.
She tried to take a charge right there as well.
Taylor getting the step. And she's been without last year's Big Ten freshman of the year, Cody McMahon. Just entering into this game, and she's going to be whistled for her 3rd foul. And I'm sure this comes from the coaching staff as well. Taylor Williams going right at her.
A player like Cody McMahon, last year's freshman of the year in the Big Ten. So Hivers due for a huge season.
Not to mention an Ohio native wanting to play in this game. Casey Sheldon off the pump fake loses it. And it will be a turnover, I believe, on Walker.
Signaling for a travel on Sheldon initially.
Hansen looking into the paint to Williams. Beautiful cuts and an easy finish for Felix.
Second best in the Big Ten in that category.
Sheldon facing a lot of pressure. Addison Green making her way back from injury last year into the game for the first time. Here's Harris into the lane, and she will shoot 2.
Amazing team.
A special point guard. But she was a top 10 pick. Yes. Coaching at St. John's. Hopefully Lauren's eye is okay.
We were talking about that. Laila Phelia, she has been more of a facilitator this season. Last year, just under 17 points a game, made second team All Big Ten.
2 seconds left for Taylor Williams. Perfectly. As Taylor puts it on the deck, leaves it for Ebony Walker. Blocked from behind by Evans. And now back to Michigan.
Defensive battle supreme in this one.
Elissa Brett finding Phelia. Michigan, a team that likes to slow things down.
They like to run this horn set. They got the 2 shooters in the corner. Try to get Phelia off.
The quick swing from Green in the corner, countering. Michigan's offense settling in. Lauren Hansen maybe still in some discomfort, but she's back on the floor.
See if that impacts how she plays. I mean,
Phelia, the blow by with nothing really malicious popped out in this game.
Or teeth. When you said popped out, that's exactly
Please no teeth.
I wasn't going to say
either.
it, but I had to go.
In the corner, Celeste Taylor, a great look, and she's... As we approach 30 seconds to play in the first half.
Good rotation in the quarter court by Ohio State, and a near steal by Sheldon.
That just beat Sheldon in a... Ebony Walker swings it to Taylor, the opposite baseline. And it will be Evans doesn't try, so we go to the locker room. A 1-point game. Ohio State within one. Despite that, as you just mentioned, with McMahon limited, but also with J.C. Sheldon scoring just 4 points in that first half. Third in the Big Ten in points per game, over 19 per contest.
Yeah, 30.5 points in the last 2 games for J.C. Sheldon. So give credit to Michigan for kind of putting some water on that fire. And she has been as of late.
Phelia puts her head down and gets the Bruce McMahon facing a whole lot of pressure. She's going to keep seeing it. That cut does not connect, and it's numbers for the Wolverines. Lauren Hansen takes the bump, but Sheldon.
2-man game, Phelia go underneath the screen, and Ohio State gambled on that coverage. They're going to do that a different way for different players, and it's a know your personnel situation, and who you're going to lock and trail with, who you're going to go underneath with, who you're going to hard hedge. And Michigan does a good job of hard hedging, and Kevin McGuff was discussing that. It almost looks like a trap on those screens.
McMahon uses her full power, but leaves that short. Almost didn't see that pass coming. Whipping across the court to Phelia. Into the paint once more, and this time.
Offense of Laila Phelia, now a junior, just taking it upon herself. And she knows she's going to be number 1 on the scouting sheet, and that's what Kim Barnes-Rico was telling us today after shoot-around this morning.
Taylor Theory.
We've seen staunch defensive efforts. We've seen communication. We've seen coverages. We've seen help-to-helper. Full-on rotations on a string by both teams.
Hansen got with the 3 and
wasn't able to pay it off on the previous possession on that coverage. That time they were.
Largest lead of the game for the Wolverines, a 10-0 run. Miguel Ashitova finishing under.
When you see that or get to the ball faster, so your awareness has to be on point.
Hansen jumping away from that double.
All the way down. Into the bag for that one.
Michigan gets the turnover. Hobbs full speed. She will have to. You can tell this Michigan team just charged. No ranked wins this season. They beat Illinois in Big Ten play by 36, but also
that Illinois game, the 36-point win. Jordan Hobbs had a career-high 22 in the contest, so she was in a rhythm and a flow, had great cadence on the offensive end.
Hobbs goes into the post, giving goes, wrapped up by Fury.
Great awareness, and that's what it is. It's not quickness in terms of your foot speed from baseline to baseline. It's how quickly can you realize what's happening and where you need to be.
Cody McMahon, couple dribble pull-ups.
Things like that. That bad rep, so that would scare me. If I came downstairs and saw something like that, I would definitely have an issue.
Celeste Taylor pushing, dishing. Taylor Theory kicking it out. A great look from Sheldon.
3 games they've turned over on an average of 19 times after coming into this game, turning it over just 14.
Evans finds stuff, who kicks it out to Phelia. Good box out by Ashitova.
Because now she's the first option, but she knows where everyone else needs to be.
Sheldon trying to find some space. Hasn't been able to against Brett.
That paint has just been clogged up by Michigan's defense. Very nice.
Quick trigger by Sheldon. There's the offensive board by Ricky Harris.
Execute a little DHO. He got blocked.
Ohio State, we think of them being, they are aggressive.
Right, but they also knew that play. So that's called being well prepared. And both of these teams are that. Right now, Michigan's in their 1-2-2 press. But they took that pass away. They took that shot away in the corner.
Taylor Theory takes the contact.
But I think it was that last little sidestep to the left by Theory.
Has great command of her body.
Established defender. I mean, you could mean right, left, and back, just not forward. Big Ten competition, and she just is an energy giver for her team. And have it no other way.
Celeste Taylor. My goodness. The crossover and the jet.
Oh my goodness.
That was. But it's interesting with Celeste Taylor. They came into today averaging less than 8.2 her experience as she's feeling her way through this.
Yeah, I mean, she had that chemistry with 3 players.
Taylor dishes it off.
Oh, Taylor Theory was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I lost it.
She gets in for the steal, and it leads to the 86% shooting, getting those easy buckets.
She was saying, if you have the ball up high, you got to sell it high and then pass it low. You see, trying it. Oh, Kevin McGuff is incensed.
It's going to be a foul. Bailed out by the bump.
Yes.
That time I'm going to go with freed by the foul.
I like that, Sloan.
But that's what you face over and over again with Ohio State, this stifling pressure they bring.
You saw Taylor Theory kind of leave her feet on that trap as well, gave some space.
Another chaotic here from Michigan, but they maintain possession. And Hansen will take over the orchestra.
Ohio State sticking with their man-to-man all game long, and it's been really good to see how they've been operating in the quarter court against Michigan.
Two to shoot for Evans, leaves it short and chased down by J.C. Sheldon.
Nice patience on this possession by Ohio State. Some zone again by Michigan.
Tyre Parks going to work and dishes it up.
Unaware of that backside cut.
High percentage shot after high percentage shot in this third quarter for the Buckeyes.
It's easy to move against the zone because there's so much space that you can attack off the ball.
Lilia fouls hard, trying to go for that up and under.
If you need to, point at the ball, point at the player on the weak side so you have awareness.
In this game with Cody McMahon playing just 6 minutes in this quarter. Just one bucket she's put in. That's where the depth showing out for the Buckeyes.
Just 1-5 shooting by Cody McMahon in 12 minutes of play, 0 of 2 from 3. There's 3 fouls. I think it kind of took some zazazoo is what I like to call it off of it.
Tyre Parks finding Walker. A second different shot in game clock here at the end of the fourth.
Going for a high ball screen here. There it is.
Phelia gets into the paint, throws it up, and through a lot of traffic, gets it to fall. Michigan responds after it appeared Ohio State had taken the reins in that third quarter. Ohio State showed a lot of that energy at the end of the third quarter. We'll see how Michigan responds. Just a one-possession game in the second game of Big Ten play. Brett gets back to rattle through.
And her facial expression on the way back was like, what was all that? Like, why didn't it go straight in? That was great. Got the roll.
Didn't need all that drama.
Oh, man. Here's that zone again. You see Taylor Theory trying to get inside of Phelia at the nail.
Opens up Ricky Harris along the baseline. Charging in is Sheldon. Ricky Harris will go back to the free throw line. She is a tough, tough player.
What Michigan has been able to do is get into that paint, collapse the defense, and get that swing triple. Even though it wasn't clean, it bounced on in there about 4 or 5 times. It finally made its way to the bottom of the net.
This season, 57% from the line for her career. So I worked so hard this offseason. Yes, that was the curse, in effect.
Yeah, well, but sometimes it's the pink elephant in the room, right? You're really pressing, trying to get those shots in. But sometimes you just have to trust your work.
Phelia gets herself free, and she is untouched to the rim.
Well, prior to that bucket in transition, Ohio State had a 10-1 advantage on fast break plays. And Michigan would be better served if they could play at that pace and get up and down the floor and finish behind the pressure.
Harris, offensive foul. Lots of ball movement for the Wolverines, but they have to get going. Hansen goes into Sheldon. Nothing was going to happen there.
And Sheldon is right there in position.
Running the floor, Celeste Taylor. What a look. Phelia turning on the Jets, facing a wall of breath. 4 on the clock for Hansen, puts her head down, and the tough finish.
Now, you're not going to make a tougher bucket than that one. With Celeste Taylor draped all over you. And she just extended beyond and got that bucket to go.
That tough inside, the extra pass, it's Taylor.
Taylor Theory hasn't gotten a lot of touches, even though Ohio State has done a good job of scoring in the paint, but just as of late, I just haven't felt her offensive firepower as much, especially in the absence of Cody McMahon as well.
Theory's 4 for 5 in this game. If she gets touches, a good chance she's going to make a good decision with it.
High volume, high efficient play.
Phelia loves that drop step spin move. Beautiful. And a timeout called by Kevin McGuff. The energy swelling at Crisler Arena. And it is Michigan taking back this lead. Laila Phelia into the paint. Knows how to get it done.
Insane in the mid-range. We're doing bars today. But Laila Phelia is just so tough. When she makes up her mind to be deliberate and intentional with her attack game, and then Hansen.
Phelia turning on the Jets, but can't get the layup. And a sigh of relief for the Buckeyes, thinking that'd be an easy 2. And McMahon to the game for the first time this fourth quarter, and scoring Rebecca Nikolashikova in the hands of Phelia, being guarded against one of the best defenders in the country, Celeste Taylor. And already 5 on the clock for Hobbs, skipping into the paint.
Well, Michigan ran a double drag action there. Laila Phelia cleared out, emptied out that weak side, and that allowed that paint area for the attack.
Lauren Hansen says, I'll take that. No numbers, doesn't matter. Michigan putting the Buckeyes on their heels. Casey Sheldon, offensive foul taken by Elissa Brett.
She had to stay on her toes because Sheldon had shifted her to her right. She's covered.
Brett here is in trouble. Jump ball forced by Ohio State. Possession arrow by fouls. Picked up 2 in the first, so the offensive variety has not been able to find that consistent time today, but Paris has. Casey Sheldon misses everything, was looking for a foul there herself. Laila Phelia wants this shot and brings it. Kevin McGuff calls a timeout. Michigan 58-51. This lead expanding with a 7-0 run. Taylor now taking control of this offense. The first year as a Buckeye.
Here's that Louisville action. They're trying to get that pick and pop or that short roll by Nikolashikova.
Almost a turnover. In the hands of Ricky Harris, leaving it up for Nikolashikova, but she can't finish. 3 minutes on the clock as Hansen almost devoured there.
Good job by Ohio State there, rotating that double drag action again by Michigan.
Hansen, difficult finish, and she's got it off glass.
Hansen has been the difference maker for Michigan in this game.
You can see her fire come out. Here's McMahon plowing her way.
Now you're going to be tiptoeing on eggshells, making sure you're not going to foul out or... It's tough for her.
Here's Phelia, 2 to shoot. She's fouled. Phelia, and she this season becomes the #1 option. And we'll see her in moments here at the final 2 minutes.
Tisha Heidemann is at Penn State. right? Also, another one. These are the moments that they need that wisdom.
Cody McMahon.
Because of it.
McMahon misses the... You see there, just for 4 points. Limited due to foul. Tries to shoot for Phelia. Barrels through. Can't find that rim, and a shot clock violation. Ohio State needing to put up some points quickly. Taylor dishes it off to Fury, and they stop the clock. And Fury comes up big.
Michigan take good care of the basketball, and if they're fouled, they gotta get their free throws down to extend this lead with just a minute to go here in regulation.
You said it, Kristen. Time on the side of the Wolverines. Under 10 on the clock. And McMahon. Her first trip. 82% this season. Calmly goes 2 for 2. Sheldon's gonna have to push. Calls her own number that just rims out and chased down by Hansen on the long rebound, and then she is fouled.
And for a clean look, and sometimes even when you get those clean looks, you rush it.
Taylor launching a three. That's off target, and Hobbs, a huge defensive rebound. Hansen trying to take as much time as possible. Smartly done. At 5.
Magnificent game, though, for situations with McMahon with her fouls and Fury not getting more than 5 or 6 touches.
Season high 16 points for Taylor. He was fouled out. Harris puts up a 3. She cans it. Michigan 9.2 seconds away from claiming victory as Shoemate fouls Brett going to the ball.
Right, and I think a lot of that has to do with the presence of Cody McMahon not being on the floor. And I'm not talking about substitution rotation. I'm talking about everything on the court. Like your offensive chemistry and your defensive chemistry was disrupted by her absence.
Harris puts up another 3. Hobbs will hold on. And the Wolverines close 2023 with a rivalry victory.
Just a solid win here at home.